Welcome back to another episode of 86. So in the previous one, we saw Lena actually realizing just what's actually happening. She's still getting all of the information. She can't fully believe, how horribly the Albas are treating the 86, because she found out that, well, the Albas are basically making it so that the 86 are all basically dying in combat before they get replaced by a new unit. She was waiting for that unit to get strengthened up, but then she realized, no, actually the new backup unit is waiting for this entire unit to die so they can fully replace them, right? Which makes sense if you look at it. If you look at them as like tools, you want to use them up fully before they, well, you wouldn't want to let them go of their service and then they grow old and stuff like that. They're going to be useless. It doesn't matter if they have babies or not, because the battle is supposedly ending in 2 years. So you just want to use all of the resources up to basically fully use them up, right? In those 2 years. Doesn't matter if they die or not. Doesn't matter if they go on to, make more babies for a new army, because in 2 years the war's gonna be over, so you don't need a new army for that. At least that's what the brass is gonna think, right? So it makes sense that they want to use them up. But obviously, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible using humans like tools and stuff like that. Also, we saw who was it again? Anju. We saw Anju having like something scribbled on her back. You guys did say, because obviously she is half Alba, that it says horse daughter. I guess checks out. Makes sense why that would be on her back. I'm gonna guess that the Albas inscribed that in regards to her 86, well, horse daughter. So I'm guessing the mother was an 86, right? Now, I want to know where the story is gonna go. Oh, I was thinking during the episodes, right? After the previous episode, I was just lying in bed thinking about this. Do we know, like, maybe I missed something, like a detail about this? So you guys, please fill me in on this if I completely missed it. But do we know anything else that's happening in the world, like anything else about this world apart from the Empire and the Republic? Do we know what happened to the other nations and stuff like that? Like, where is it? Because from what I remember, the only thing that we know about this world is these two nations are at war. And obviously the brief history of these two nations, the 9-year history that we got about their war and stuff like that. But apart from that, I don't think we know anything else, right? Unless, as I said, unless I missed something. Let me know. So yeah, I was thinking, like, what the hell is the other world doing all this time? Like, what's happening there? I wonder if we're gonna get more of that. I'm sure we probably will, because this seems like that kind of anime where, all of the details kind of matter, and I feel like the rest of the world is a big portion of it. But I guess we'll see. Also, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. I don't know. Either way, I'm excited to see where the story is gonna go, because, as I said, I have no idea what direction this is gonna go in. I guess we'll find out. So, without further ado, let's go into 86, episode 8. August 27th.
次は直接基地を狙ってくるかと思ったが、意外と来ねえな。今日の攻撃は新型の試し撃ちついでみたいなものだろう。ついでで4人か。完成すれば4人どころか共和国が滅ぶ。俺たちはどうでもいいが、少佐はそうもいかないだろうな。何？別に。いずれにせよ、新型は今のところ沈黙したままだ。わかるのか？あの声は覚えた。それに、おそらく向こうの指揮官はもう撃たせないだろう。見つかった。兄貴が。向こうも俺に気づいた。次からは取りに来る。俺には最良の展開だが、お前たちには貧乏くじだな。どうする？明日死ぬ前に今日首を吊っておくか。冗談じゃねえ。最後までついていくぜ。我らが死神。
Ooh, okay. I feel like the entire enemy side of things, like the Gyat side of things, is one thing that's still shrouded quite a bit in mystery, right? We haven't really seen anything from their side. We heard, like, we have speculations, we heard rumors about it and stuff like that, but we haven't actually panned the camera to the enemy, so we don't have any kind of confirmation about what exactly is happening there, right? So maybe that's gonna be part of the mystery. Maybe we're gonna pan out to that side of things, and there's gonna be humans still alive, and the entire robot uprising was a lie. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
俺たちは全滅します。この部隊はそのための処刑場です。特別偵察任務。目標、最終的に前進できた地点。期間、無期限。支援なし。交代した場合、即時処刑。全滅させるまで戦わせるのがこの隊の目的。ここが俺たちの最後の認知だ。俺たちは全員ここで死ぬ。どうしたの？レイナ。
Next day, 28.
生存率ゼロの最終任務ね。それはまたうちの国
Yeah,
らしいというか。
yeah, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
お願い、力を貸して、どうにかして止めないと。どうにか？具体的にどうすんの？テレビ出て演説する？偉い人に直談判？そんなことで改心するなら、最初からこ
Yep.
んなことになってない。
That's what I've been saying this entire time. Yep.
もういいでしょ？
The empathy card is not gonna do
何
anything.
やったって無駄なの。だからもう。やめて！何もしない言い訳に悪人ぶるのはいい加減にして。いい加減にするのはそっちよ。やめてよ。もうほんといい加減にして。何もできないの。私たちにはあの人たちを助けてあげる力なんて何一つないの。アネット、隣の家、父の共同研究者の一家が住んでいて、家族ぐるみの付き合いがあったの。でも戦争が始まって全部終わった。エイティシックスだったのよ、その家族。男の子が2人いて、お兄さんとは年が離れていたけど、弟の方とは同い年だったから、
Ah.
通ってたし、よく遊んでた。友達だった。でも気づいた時には86は誰も学校に来なくなってて、私も同級生にいじめられるようになったわ。こいつ汚い色付きと仲良しなんだぜって。悔しかった。どうしようもないじゃない。なのにあの子はそんなこと知らないから私と遊びたがるの。嫌だって言ったら喧嘩になってつい言ってしまった。この汚い色付き！怖かった。友達にそんなことを言えてしまう自分が。だから父さんが危険を承知でその一家だけでもかくまって助けようか悩んでたから反抗した。あんな子知らない。あんな子なんかのために危ないのは嫌って。本当は背中を押してほしかったであろう父さんに私は別の道を示してしまった。次の日、あの子たちは強制収容所に連れて行かれた。どうしようもなかった。どうせ最初から何もできなかったってそう思うしかないでしょ。それなのにあなたと来たらいつもいつもねえレイナ、そうやって聖女様みたいに振る舞ってるけど、あんただって同罪よ。
Ooh. Okay. Okay, it's Annette, right? That's her name? Okay, yeah, Annette. So that's interesting. Obviously, it feels like she is kind of like venting out her own feelings of guilt that she has and venting it out on Lena and stuff like that, which is interesting. Okay, I think that obviously something has to change. I know, very brave opinions here, obviously. I think that I agree with Annette that the way that Lena's going about it is not going to change anything. Like her just being like, hey, morality, empathy, ethics, playing all of those cards, not going to do a thing. Complaining to the higher ups, not going to do a thing. There needs to be, you need to tackle it in a different way. I don't agree with Annette that you are powerless, right? Especially considering that Lena is in a reasonably high position. Obviously, she's not at the very top, right? There are still many positions above her, many higher ups. That she would have to go through, but I do think there are ways to go about it. And I think the main, as I said 2 episodes ago, I don't remember how many, I feel like the main card to play is that she knows of the potential danger that the higher-ups don't know about yet, which is the entire thing of them rebuilding the Juggernauts, or the Legion, sorry, rebuilding the Legion with new units and like refreshing their batteries and stuff like that. So she knows about that. And the only problem is she doesn't have the proof about around that entire thing, so she would need to somehow get the proof of it. And if she can get that, that's a very powerful tool for her to play, or a very powerful card for her to play in some kind of like, not necessarily negotiation, but I feel like she can do more with that. I don't know exactly what. I'm not smart enough to fully think of like some kind of political maneuver with this, but I feel like that's the direction that she could take. I don't know what direction she will take. So far, she has only been taking the morality card, the morality path, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope that she does actually figure out like a smarter way to go about it, because yeah, as I said, I wonder what's gonna happen with Lena's character, because so far she wants to do the right thing, but she's not really thinking about it, like not really thinking it through. So I wonder where it's gonna go. She also is quite naive, right? I definitely think that she is very naive, because she naively thinks that everyone's gonna just have the same moral compass as she does, right? ああ。
父さんはその力に興味を持った。ここはその始まりの場所。初めはここでおもちゃみたいな機械
they were experimenting on them.
何を考えているかを当てるってゲームみたいな実験だったけど、無線に代わる新たな通信方法があると軍部に知られて、どんな犠牲を払ってでも実用化するよう父さんに命令してきた。そして出来上がったのがあんたがつけてるレイドデバイスよ。
Yep.
それ
Makes sense.
完成までに何人のエイティシックスを殺してると思う？言葉を伝えるものなんだから動物じゃ実験にならないでしょ。まさか。そう人体実験。エイティシックスは人間じゃないって言ってたくせにほんと都合がいいのよね。
Yep.
被験者は子供ばかり。結果が最優先され安全は度外視。みんな苦しんで死んでいった。父さんはそれに耐えられなくて自殺した。事故で亡くなったんじゃ。父さんがパラシュート。
Ooh, you know what? This is very reminiscent. Sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot, but it's reminding me a lot of. Ooh, can I say this? I feel like I can say this, but I'm gonna dance around it in a way that doesn't that doesn't actually say anything too yikes. There were experiments happening during a lot of the 20th century, especially after World War II. During as well, and after World War II. What was the unit called? The unit was called, it's something to do with numbers. It's like 3 numbers. I don't remember. It was happening on Chinese territory. And the people there that were doing those experiments, I'm not gonna say exactly what it was because once again, I don't want to, it's a very sensitive topic. But the experience they were doing there, the way that people were coping, or not really coping, but the way that people were talking about it, the scientists that were talking about the human experimentation there, they were not taking the people that were locked up there as humans. They were not talking about them as humans. They were not seeing them as humans. They were merely seeing them as tools for experimentation. And that's a real thing that happened. And I feel like it's very reminiscent of this here. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. If you don't worry about it. It's one of the most gruesome things that happened in modern history that I can think of. It's horrible. The experiments they were doing were insane. But yeah, some people still defend it by being like, well, we got to see the limits of human bodies because of the experimentation they were doing. We got some really useful data out of it. But yeah, anyways, that reminded me of that entire fiasco that was happening way back when over there. Very similar.
原因となるプロセッサーを連れてきてもらえば、その人だけでも助けられたかもしれないけど。所詮偽善よね。輸送部のクズどもが断ってくれてよかった。ね、やっぱり何もできない。私に
には誰も助けられない。でもそれはあんただって同じでしょ。何もできないどころじゃない。あんたが余計なことして長生きさせたから、そいつらは死ねって命令されるんでしょ。適当に扱われてとっとと死んでれば言われずに済んだことを、あんたのせいで言われるんじゃない。
Damn, she's projecting so much. It's actually wild.
大嫌いよ、レイナ。二度と顔を見せないで。
Damn. Okay, that's really interesting though. That's a really cool, or very interesting development for the characters there. Annette feeling so guilty and finally seeing someone fight it, even though she couldn't fight it, and then feeling guilty because of that and lashing out because of it. Really cool. Wait, this is August 28th, right? Let me write that down. Oh. Well.
何の用かね。
スピアヘッド戦隊に下された特別偵察任務を撤回させてください。
だから言ったろう。必要以上に肩入れするなと。
むちゃくちゃです。死ぬまで意味もなく敵地を前進しろというのですか。
エイティシックスは全滅すべきだ。それがこの国のためになると政府、ひいては市民がそう考えているのだよ。
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
全滅すべきだ。
86 all need to die.
それがこの国のためになると政府、ひいては市民がそう考えているのだよ。つまり、この国の意志だ。この戦争が終わった時、我々が86に対して行ったことが明るみに出れば、共和国は面目も信用も失い、迫害者としての汚名を永久に刻む。
Okay, so that is the rest of the world that they're taking into account here. Okay.
するために
だから戦死者の回収もお墓に入れるのも禁じて。
彼らは全滅と同時に存在しなかったことになる。故に共和国は何の罪も犯していないことになる。明確に認識している者はごく少数だろうが、目を閉じ、あるいは無関心に追認した大多数とて賛同者だ。市民の決定に従うのが我ら国軍の役目
You
だ。
know what? Okay, I'm pausing so much. Sorry about that, guys. You know what would be really crazy as well? If, and this is just a theory that I'm 99.9% sure is completely wrong, but it would be kind of crazy if it was actually the Republic who was attacking it, using its own forces to attack itself to kind of get rid of the 86 in guise of a war, right? Kind of using its own troops to attack itself and say, oh no, the 86 got eliminated. You know, that would be kind of crazy. Kind of using the war as an excuse to basically just commit mass genocide. Wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. That would be crazy.
86であろうと共和国の市民です。
I don't think
聖女マグノリア
that's happening,
が
but
掲げ
still.
た共和国の理念は彼らをも守るべきでしょう。それをなさずして何が共和国の意志ですか。
己の利と欲のためだけにその聖女マグノリアを処刑した下劣な愚民どもの国家に何が期待できるというのか。自由や平等など早すぎたのだよ、レイナ。我々人類にはおそらく永遠に。
それはあなたの絶望を正当化するだけの理屈です。この状況を黙認するのは間違いです。
希望や理想を唱えるのは自由だが、それでは誰も動かせない。だからお前は私のもとに来たのだろう。絶望と希望は同じものだよ。望むけど叶わない。その表と裏に違う名がついているだけだ。
Oh, this is a banger episode. Oh, hell yeah.
ノーゼン隊特別偵察の通達が
承っています。
すみません。私の力ではどうすることもできませんでした。
それはそうでしょう。
こんな馬鹿げた命令に従う必要なんてありません。逃げてください。
どこにですか。人はいつか必ず死にます。それが少し早いからといって誰かを責めても仕方ありません。
あなたはどうしていつもそう淡々と 受け入れてしまうのですか？未来も望みも命さえ理不尽に奪われて、それさえも恨まないなんて、そんな話がありますか？
少佐、俺たちは別に死にに行くのではありません。俺たちはようやく自分が行こうと思ったところまで行こうと思った道をたどっていけるんです。やっと自由になれるというのに、それをけなさないでもらえませんか？
だったらせめてもう戦わないでください。
無理ですね。進むためには戦うしかありませんし。それは最初から承知の上です。
それはお兄様を撃つためですね。
どうしてそう余計なことに気づくのですか？
わかりますよ。あなたは悲しいのに冷たく笑うのです。お兄様のことを話すときに。戦わないでください。いくらレギオンでもお兄様となんて。
兄は羊飼いです。撃たなければどこにも行けない。
大
少佐、もう俺たちを完成する必要はありません。俺は兄の最後の声を
Ooh.
あなたに聞かれたくはない。なので、もう繋いでこないでください。ここから東の国境を越えたその先で、レギオンの声が聞こえなくなります。誰かが生き残っていれば、助けが来るかもしれない。羊飼いが撃たれれば、レギオンもしばらくは混乱します。その程度の時間稼ぎはしていきますから。だから、
ノーセン大尉。
少佐はそれまで生き延びてください。
It's not the end. Okay. I was gonna flip out. You must survive until then. S-
どうですか？
養殖、燃料、弾薬、修理部品は所定数を確保済み。ああ、どっかのバカ戦隊長のために足回りの修理部品は多めに用意しといたぜ。
ありがとうございます。
おめえ、簡単な修理はできるんだよな。
ええ、よく壊すので。
しれっと返してんじゃねえよ、このクソガキ。いつもの調子で戦うんじゃねえぞ。
それは約束できませんが。
最後ぐらい嘘でもいいから分かったっつっとけ。
すみません。
たく、本当におめえはよ。
ハルトのやつも惜しかったよな。もう少しで一緒に楽しいハイキングに行けたのに。ああ。
雨止むかな。初日ぐらい晴れがいいわよね、やっぱり。私おまじない知ってるよ。カイヤがやってたやつ。
おい、ガキども、ちょっと来い。
最後だと思うと自
But maybe it's not gonna be anything. Maybe it's just gonna be depression. Don't you dare end it.
俺はお前を守りたかったはずなのに。シン。
お兄ちゃん、お父さんもお母さんももう帰ってこないの？どうして？
あの時俺は
声が聞こえ
余
ない
裕がなかった。
ねえ、お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん、
Let me see
お
that.
父さんもお母さんももう帰ってこないの？どうして？
あの時俺は
声が聞こえない。
I can't hear mom's voice. The following items are being requisitioned for use by the Republican forces. Remain on standby in your current location. Republic of San Magnolia Armed Forces. Requisition order.
ねえ、お兄ちゃん。お母さん、どうして死んじゃったの？
お前のせいだ。違う。お前がいたから母さんまで戦場に行った。違う。お前が母さんを殺したんだ。やめろ。お前のせいだ。違う。何もかも全てお前のせいだ。お前のせいじゃない。父さんと母さんが死んだのも俺がこれから死ぬのも何もかも全部お前の罪だ。死自分の無力に対する途方もない怒りや憎悪を抱えきれずにぶつけてしまった。守るべきお前に。俺はお前を守れなかった。でも
Shepard.
今度こそずっと一緒だ。迎えに行くよ。脆い人間の体なんか捨てて。今度こそずっと兄さんが守ってやる。だからこっちに来い。シェン。
Oh, baby. Oh, that's getting juicy. Wait, this was episode 8, right? And then season 2 is, I think, another one core. Okay. Holy shit. This is so good. This is getting so good. Now, first of all, let me talk about Annette, because I think that was the like one of the more interesting parts of the episode here was how Annette was just projecting, and you know, she was feeling so guilty that she couldn't handle having someone. Okay, so she did some horrible stuff that she takes responsibility for, and she acknowledges that she did them, but the weight of thinking of the people that she did those horrible things to as humans, and to think the weight of her thinking about like, yo, I should feel responsibility for them, I did something horrible, that weight she can't bear it. So she's like, you know what, I don't want Lena to be around me, who's always thinking, hey, I can do something for them, hey, I can keep fighting for them, I want to do something for them, they're humans and stuff like that. So she's like, I can't have you around to keep reminding me of this, the horrible things that I did and the weight of the things that I did, right? So she's like, well, I can't see you anymore. It makes a lot of sense, right? It all makes sense, it all tracks. Really interesting, right? Really interesting. Obviously, the neighbors being Shin and his brother and stuff, and they were using them for experiments to create Paranoid in the first place. We also saw Shin dying here. We haven't really seen how he said that he died and came back to life. I guess you can say that his heart stopped, but then because of CPR, they managed to get his heart pumping again, and that's what he means by dying. I don't think there's anything like supernatural going on with that circumstance, or at least it doesn't need to be anything supernatural. It happens sometimes. A heart can stop and then you can restart the heart with CPR, obviously, right? So it could just be that, or it could be something more. It could be actually some kind of supernatural thing, because there are obviously supernatural things like Paranoid is considered like a supernatural power, right? And stuff like that in this show. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if there's more to that, or if it is actually just CPR resuscitating him back to life, and because of that he feels like closer to like his, I guess, connection with the voices got so much stronger. Okay, another thing, the theory that I had about the Republic actually attacking itself to get rid of the 86. I wonder if I'm gonna expand a bit more on that theory, because even though I don't think it's true whatsoever, I think I'm fully shooting a blank there. I find it like a fun theory, because what if they were in war with Giat with the Empire for, you know, this like 9 years ago. They were in, you know, they would start. Did it start 9 years ago? I think so, right? And then 4 years ago, it was when they got overtaken, when Giat got overtaken by its own forces, right? When the Empire got overtaken. What if that was the moment where, hypothetical, this is all hypothetical, that was the moment where the Republic actually defeated the Empire, but instead of ending the war, they saw this as an opportunity to actually get rid of the 86 as well and make a full Puritan or republic of only Albas, right? So they were like, you know what, we could end the war right now, but wait, hear me out. What if we use this war as an excuse to the rest of the world that we can wipe out all of 86, right? So we have, let's say they have control over the Juggernauts, right? Or sorry, over the Legion. They have control over the Legion, and they're basically just killing out 86. I feel like them fighting back in the way that they are, actually, no, that makes sense, because it's a good cover-up even for the people on the inside, right? Who aren't like the top brass, like Lena, let's say. It's a good cover-up. Yeah, I feel like it could work. It could be something that's happening. I could see it happening. It's a very high-effort way to commit an atrocity like that, but it would save them face in front of other countries around the world, because they could all, like, they could purely blame it on the war. And also it could, the high brass or the upper brass could save face in front of its own people as well, right? Yeah, maybe. At least save some face. Obviously, the people in the inside are aware of, like, some of the atrocities that are happening, like the pure racism that's happening. Obviously, they're aware of it. But yeah, I wonder if there is any merit to this theory this wacky theory that I have. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out. I also do think that there is, I don't know, I because we haven't seen any of the Empire, right? We haven't really seen anything happening in the territory of the Empire. We haven't really seen any kind of footage from what exactly is happening on the inside. I'm fully expecting for there to be some kind of twist when they finally get to the, I don't know, to the place where the legions are being made, to the place where the legions are, you know, holding out, like the, I don't know, some kind of HQ, something like the territory of the Empire, something like that. When they get there, I feel like there's gonna be some kind of twist, but I don't know though. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. And I wonder if the rest of the world is gonna be more involved in the story, as I said in the beginning, right? I wonder if, because right now it seems like these two are the only countries in the world, and no one is really interfering with anything. So I wonder if it's gonna be more involved with the rest of the world as well. I guess we'll see. What else was there? Oh, well, no, I was gonna talk about the scene at the end, but I already mentioned it. Here with the brothers. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I am excited. This episode and episode, I think it was 4 or 5, the one that got us a lot of, like, basically all of the answers to the mysteries that I had played out in my mind. I feel like these 2 episodes were my favorite so far. I am excited to see where the story leads from here, though. What's gonna happen between the meeting of the brothers and stuff. I guess we'll find out, but for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.